Welcome. In front of me I have the SJCAM C300, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the actual product. Now the name might not give you much confidence, but the product actually seems to be pretty solid. So anyway, let's just get a look at it. Now I'm gonna first unbox it and then go over the specs that I have visible or open on their website, so I'm going to take a look at that in a second. Now I'm going to mention that even though the name of this company is a little bit sketch, the actual product and the accessories that come with this product are pretty nice. So anyway, first of all, we have our little camcorder. Then we get accessory. So this is a battery pack with additional display. The first display right here is on the front. Now this is the mode that you would use when you just mount it to something, and you really don't need to use the display. It's just like, you know, as you use a GoPro, mount it and just have it record. While this is more when you're holding it, slap that in here, like, just quickly get rid of this. Also have an SD card thing here. Anyway, I'm gonna take that off. So you just slot this in here. There we go. And now you can record it from here, have a display, and obviously the sensor is right at the back. Now on the box itself, it might kind of look like it's a 360 cam. It's not. As you can see, there's no other lens at the back. So this is just a typical kind of like a GoPro camera, just on the go. So yeah, basically single lens right here. I believe they might be selling other ones like 360 cams if you're interested in it, but I haven't actually looked too deeply into it. Anyway, now I will mention that this is, at least I believe, a replacement for their previous C200, at least I would assume by the name, which came at a very competitive price compared to other companies that produced similar products like this. Now, in here we have a really decent sized little microfiber cloth, so you can clean your little lenses. And then we have 3M tapes, so you can mount it onto different surfaces. And then the completely stacked box of different accessories, along with the stickers. Anyway, so here we have a couple of mounts, plastic ones, along with already a pre-applied 3M tape on them. And get a Type-C charging port or charging cable to Type A, because this is using a Type-C plug, which you can see right here on the side. Now let's quickly go into the accessories. Now the tape right here a little bit rippy, but anyway. So here we have a little case. This case is for diving. It is rated, at least they have it written that it's rated for, let me just quickly find it, 98 feet of waterproofing. So you can go basically 98 feet down. Not exactly sure how it translates to atmosphere. I would need to actually check the meters first. So let me just quickly look at this. 98. So that's about 29 meters deep, and that would put it about 29 or 28 atmospheres, I believe. I could be wrong, but still 29 meters or 98 feet. That's pretty good case. It can resist the pressure pretty nicely in this case, because that is a pretty substantial depth. Most of the devices usually have something about like 5 meters, which is pretty shallow compared to this, which has significantly better resistance right here. Now anyway, I just quickly cut the rests. Here we have our little mounts for mounting into different, with these. So you clip that in here, obviously, and you also need a case for this to be able to mount it. Now I'm not exactly sure which one that is, so I'm gonna look through them till I find it. And I think I already did find it, though. It looks like I need to use this attachment. Oops. So it is on right now, which I don't want. There we go. So, just plop that in here, I assume. Has a little clip at the top. Just push it in till it clips in, and from there you can attach it. Now this looks like it's universal, so if you have any other mounting points like that, for instance in your bike helmet already, then I believe this should fit those that you already have, but I could be wrong. I don't have anything to actually check it out, or maybe I do. Now I won't be able to show it, but I can check it myself. So, yep, that looks to be the same. How can I take it off? I have a little mount attached to a wall, so there we go. So it does fit onto the one from, I believe that's GoPro, that I have on the wall. But anyway, so this should function with every other mount that is on the market for all the other action cams. There we go. How can I take it off? Now taking it off might be a little bit harder. It's not mounted to anything, so it's quite difficult to actually unclip it. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste my time right now. I'm gonna do this later on. Let's move over. Here we have a case. So just a protective case, not much to it. There we go. Nope, I think that's the other way around. I think that's how it goes. So there we go. Now last thing is actually two things. Let's see what we got here. Oh, so this is, that's actually pretty nice. So it has a clip. You can just, I don't know, clip it to your shirt, your pants or whatever, and it should be holding. It's basically the same thing as this clip without the actual mounting points onto it, and instead you have a clip. And then last thing is a, where can I attach this to? Oh, I think it attaches through here. Could be wrong. So if you want to hang it, yep, that looks like it will go through this portion right here. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna fiddle around and trying to fit it in. So there we go. Now to quickly go over the specs that we have right here, I'm gonna just bring this. So scroll down, we have a couple little images shown here. What are some of the applications right here? Let me just make the screen a little bit brighter. So there we go. So we have 4K video with the 20 megapixels sensor right here. Now 4K video is only limited to 30 frames. If you drop it to 1440p, so a 2K resolution, you can actually record at 60 frames. So there we go. And obviously if you drop it to 1080p, again you can also record at 60 frames. You also have a slow motion right here, though I didn't really find to what extent. Now in reality these images are, well, what you see right here aren't images, but my phone isn't actually showing them as animations. If you check this on the computer, their website, this specific product, you'll see some animations. Here we have a little corgi mount right here. So here we go. Then we have an antenna. And here we have some specs. So like I mentioned right here, the resolutions, we have 4K 30 frames, 2K, which is 2560 by 1440, 60 and 30, 1080p, 120, which like I mentioned will be slow motion, 60 and 30, and again 720 slow motion and 60/30. Now moving down, we have the photo resolution at 20 megapixels, 16 and so on. I don't think you should go any lower than 20 if you have an option. Now in terms of video recording, we have several different modes, so you can apply this product to several different occasions. So on number one will be slow motion, whatever. Then we have motion detection, video lapse, and also car mode. So you can use this as a dash cam, I assume. Moving on, 6-axis gyroscope, 8x zoom, video format MP4, encoding, H.264 and H.265, photo format JPEG or JPG, charging Type-C. One thing that I actually didn't really think about or didn't really had the opportunity to test out, it has a touch screen. So both of these are touch screens, this one and this one. Then we actually have a built-in Wi-Fi, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. Moving down, battery capacity is 2800 milliamps. I'm not exactly sure what it shows to. Oh, so this one is a smaller one, so that will be the 1000 milliamp hour capacity, and this one is the 2800 milliamp hour capacity. I have some charging and usage. That's basically all the important information. Now one thing, probably one last thing important right here will be the memory type. So it maxes out at 128 gigabyte of storage. So SD card like these, if you have for instance 256, it won't work, which is a little bit of a shame, because if you're recording at 4K 30 frames or for instance 1440p 60, you might be running out of the storage quickly, though I haven't checked out the battery. Obviously if the battery lasts a shorter amount of time than the storage, I would say that that's okay, but it will really depend. Now benefit is obviously it takes SD cards like almost any other action cams, so you can have multiple cards and just swap them out, which that's not big of a problem. And yeah, that's basically all there is. Now I don't have any kind of info about the price right now. I don't think this product at the time of recording is released yet. It has been provided by the SJCAM to me, so I guess we can call this actually a sponsored video. But yeah, like I said, I don't have info about how expensive it is, but if I have to guess or assume, I just take that with a grain of salt. Like I'm saying, I'm literally guessing. So if we take in consideration that their previous SJCAM C200 costed about $100 and I think it was $20, just quickly check into it right here. Will I find it? Oh, there it is. Not sure why I couldn't find it before. So right here it is on sale for $139 from $139. Okay. So anyway, and like even at this price range, even though this is, I think they just have a bug right here where it says that it's on sale. Well, the price is exactly the same, but no matter, for this price, as a default price, I assume, which would actually track considering the C200 was basically the same price range. I think it's a great alternative to other action cams, which are significantly more expensive. We're talking about like at least 2 times more expensive. This will obviously do the job, and if you want to just double into action cams and see how they perform, how you can use them, and if they really work for you, this would be a great starting point, I would say. So anyway, with this being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.